Alright, guys, I'm doing it again. I'm changing my fursona. This is about like the third time this year where I've talked about my fursona and changing him in some way, shape, or form. Except this time, it's an entirely different one. It's not Maverick, you know, the one that everyone fell in love with. No, it's Levi. But this is fun. I like this. Whenever I can put together some video where I just sit down and talk about whatever I'm thinking and putting together in my head, whatever I'm mulling over in the moment, it's always so fun. So enjoy whatever this will be. But in all seriousness, I've been doing some deep thinking and self-reflecting on what my fursonas mean to me and who I want them to be. And I finally came to the conclusion that I want Levi to be a hyena. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, Beta, why do you need to do like the umpteenth video discussing what you're going to be changing about your fursona and why? It should just be like, all right, I want to be a hyena. Okay, I go through the process of hitting up artists, looking at different ideas, and then finally have a finished product of what Levi would be as a hyena. And that's it. But one of the big reasons why I wanted to do this video and talk about this in the first place is because it kind of relates to this whole lingering topic that I've wanted to discuss about fursona creation. Because it's the #1 question I'm asked on this channel all the time. How do you create a fursona? How do I make one? What fursona species should I make mine? There are many different parts of making a fursona and kind of building them up to whoever you want them to be, whether they relate directly to you, or there are some few aspects that relate to you, or it's an entirely different character from who you are. A lot of the times the part about fursona creation that isn't really talked about is how your fursona might change with you as you go through life. And obviously through months, years, decades, you're gonna change a lot. You know, if you ask someone, how do you want to represent yourself within furry, it can sometimes be a very loaded question, and there's no easy answer. Sometimes that answer changes with times, and that's especially the point of today. As you know, Levi originally started as a Wolfsky, or some weird wolf, fox, husky hybrid thing. I kinda just threw 3 things together and called it a day. But then eventually, when I became more connected with the character, I made him into a German Shepherd. Why? You know, I'm honestly not really sure besides the fact that it just felt natural. It's just like I saw Levi, the design, and I thought, what if German Shepherd? And then I saw him as a German Shepherd, and I'm like, oh, this looks like it fits very well. I've been doing some soul searching, sort of thinking about like experiences that I've had where I've gotten really excited about seeing like a certain fursona species. And then those experiences finally connected and it clicked with me. What if Levi was just a hyena? Why a hyena? The yin is calling to me. You know, I've had all these moments where I've just naturally really connected more with the idea of hyenas. Like, I love hyenas. I think they're really cool. I don't know jack shit about them, though. That's the only thing. And like, I mean, fuck. Look at this shirt. Look at this there was so many different, like, fursona species shirts. And it says, I am a partying. I'm a party. It's just, I loved it. And look at it. It's a fucking hyena shirt. Like, Beta, why did it take so long for you to figure this out? All the hints and clues were there. But either way, why am I deciding to go full-on yin for Levi here? The exact experience or the time when I realized I wanted to be a hyena, at least for Levi, was when I was going to a friend's house after like a long party. But I know I was hydrated. That's the word we'll use. I was having a wonderful time. It was a wonderful evening. And so after like a long night of partying, we got back to my friend's place and we were gonna go and watch a movie in the family room before we went to bed. And as soon as I walked into the living room, I saw my friend Liko had one of those like 5 to 6 foot long hyena plushies. You know the ones I'm talking about that have like the happy derpy eyes? I saw it and literally went, eee, and then I ran over to it and started cuddling it immediately for like the rest of the movie, even before the movie started. But halfway through, I had kind of realized, wait a minute, why do I get so giddy and excited whenever I see like a hyena? Every single time I've seen like some video of a hyena, they're always just the cutest little guys. They're like giggly, happy, derpy little dogs. Even just the thought of going full on hyena Levi, hyena for this character, it just felt so good all around. I don't know one goddamn thing about them. Besides, they supposedly laugh and they're giggle puppies. That's another cute little nickname that I learned about them, giggle puppy, which we'll talk about how that relates to me a little bit. But I just had that moment where I was at my friend's place, I was cuddling that giant hyena plushie, and it just finally clicked with me. I even made a tweet as to what fursona species or what animal I wanted Levi to be. And the tweet reads as such: I can't stop thinking about Levi as being part hyena. Like, damn, hyena Levi just kind of feels so right. Like, heckin' gosh, hyena Levi makes so much sense right now. It's calling to me. The yin. And that was the tweet. Yeah, if you can't tell, I was having a very interesting self-reflection point when I tweeted this, knowing it was at 3:45 in the morning. So yeah, and since then I have done absolutely nothing. I've just put the thought on the back burner, but then you guys, oh, you supportive individuals, seemed really excited about me making the change of Levi to a hyena. Like the amount of support of the people being like, yes, one of us, the unification has begun. In fact, someone even did a little fan art piece of Levi potentially as a hyena. I love how it looks. I mean, that floaty vest on Levi just as is looks 10 out of 10. I love this sort of fan art. Shout out to the artist. Now, I'm not going to set this as the design for Levi hyena at the moment, because there are a couple of things that I want to keep, a couple of things that I want to change with him. Like one of the things that I wanted to look into if I were to change him, as I wanted to add that little hair that sticks up, like, you know, the hair on his head. It goes up and back around his, like, the back of his neck. That whole thing is what a hyena has. I don't know what it's called for the life of me. I could just look this up right now. Like, just with kind of relating Levi to me. I didn't really have much besides putting my own personality into him, but now I kind of see a lot more of the traits surrounding hyenas to be more relatable to me. Especially the point of hyenas being giggle puppies, which I love that nickname. I laugh my ass off at the dumbest shit ever. I am a, like, laugh box. I don't even know if that's a term there, but I laugh a lot. I'm sure you guys have recognized it many times with watching my videos. I laugh at a lot of things, and I laugh very, very hard. And the whole idea of hyenas having the stereotype of being very laughing, very loud, and giggly kind of relates a lot to me in that factor. Like literally, that art piece that my friend Smerl did for me of laughing my ass off at soy milk, which is still funny to me. I love it. And I was just thinking, even in that comic, wow, wouldn't that be a bit more fitting if it was a hyena? And on top of that, I already get confused for a hyena as is. Like 99% of the time, whenever I ask someone, what do you think my fursona is when they see my fursuit or my character, without knowing anything about the species, most of the time they will say that I'm a hyena, just based on the color, the design, and the looks. And I'm like, you know what? Fair. Very fair and valid, even though I have the fucking cheek dots. Like, look at that. This is a cheek dot. This is a cheek dot right here. Like even with Maverick too, I'm doing a whole plethora of changes to make him my own character, to make him feel a bit more in tune with me. The reason why I feel comfortable with doing this is because I already have my Aussie Shep as like my base character. So he's sort of like a backup if things go horribly wrong with Levi or Maverick. And I don't know if that's something you guys might want to do at the end of the day for your own character designs. You know, you don't have to have one or even multiple characters. You can just have one that you want to change. So yeah, I think it's obvious through my excitement and expression here that I really do like the idea of Levi as a hyena. Having that set idea is really, really good, especially in any sort of fursona design process. And you know, come to think of it, I could make some lesson about how like fursona design never really ends. If you're making new characters or changing your character or having it evolve with you, it might always change. But sometimes that's fun too. So that's pretty much the story of why Levi is going to be a hyena at some point in the future. I don't know when. So realistically, there was no point in me doing this. I could have just made like a written update that took like 2 sentences. I've been sitting here for about an hour and a half. God damn it. But on that note, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this, be sure to let me know in the comments. I love doing these random sort of semi-scripted videos. Again, I've also started writing down these ideas in this little notebook just as a sort of good habit to separate myself from my PC for even just a little bit. And also, I just want to give a thank you to my hyena friends, Liko and Spacine. You did this to me whether you wanted it to happen or not. But anyway, that's about gonna do it for me. Hope you have a wonderful night. Take care. Life Stay Jacket. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the support. You guys are just wonderful in general. It really does mean a lot. Thank you for loving Levi and my characters that I do love and hold dear to my heart so much. And yeah, that's about gonna do it for me. Have a good one. I'm not crazy, you're crazy.